Greetings, loyal subjects and fellow builders. Welcome to Tank Brick Studio, and to another march through the ranks of my medieval fantasy realm. Today, we're mastering the full might of the Red Kingdom Lion Knights for a grand army update. I'll be doing a detailed inventory, not just for the record, but to share the stories and strategies behind each unit in this plastic-bladed legion. Behold the mastering grounds. This first box here on the left holds the backbone of any medieval army. The humble but essential infantry, or pikemen and archers. The second box contains the crushing weight of our assault. The heavy infantry, the revered Templars, and the arcane power of our battle mages. And this final box? This is the heart of the kingdom itself, the glorious cavalry, the royal guard, the king, his court, and, well, a few surprises. Now, let's answer the call to arms and inspect the troops. First, the unsung heroes of the battlefield, the infantry pikemen. This is the anvil upon which enemy charges are broken. A wall of shields and a forest of spears. From a bird's eye view, you can see the terrifying discipline of a phalanx formation. 4 columns, and let's count the ranks, 12 deep. That gives us a formidable 48 pikemen holding the line. But every army needs its sergeants, its guides. These 8 unique units are our halberdiers and standard bearers. In the chaos of battle, that fluttering red flag is more than just decoration, it's a beacon. It keeps the squad together, signals advances and retreats, and is a symbol of unity. A closer look reveals the magnificent livery of the Red Kingdom. That classic red and white checkered pattern. A design echoing the great houses of history, topped with the fierce lion's head emblem, a symbol of courage and royalty. The helmet has that perfect, realistic metallic shine, catching the sun as they march. That red flag slotted into the halberd isn't just for show, it's a piece of heraldry that would be recognized across the battlefield. And here is the rank and file pikeman. One with a trusty spear and a sturdy shield. He is the essence of the kingdom's strength. Now, a note for fellow collectors. These kingdom sets are from the 2012 era. And as you can see, time has left its mark. Some yellowing on the shields, arms, and legs, especially on the second-hand figures. It's a bit like battle damage. A patina of history on our plastic warriors. Next are archers. They share the same loyal torso, but trade the metal helm for protective headgear, allowing them a better sight-line to rain down arrows on approaching enemies. From the shadows of the forest or the battlements of the castle, these 17 marksmen provide the deadly hail that softens up the enemy before the main engagement. Now, to the second box, where the real muscle is. We have a few more archers here, but let's focus on the heavy hitters. The knights in shining armor, the mysterious Templars, and the masters of magic. Behold the heavy infantry swordsmen. These are not levy soldiers. These are professional men-at-arms. Clad in chainmail and full-face great helms, they are the tanks of the medieval world. I've done a small part swap here. Originally, they had yellow hands, but I gave them dark gray to imply armored gauntlets. A small detail for added realism. We have 26 of these walking fortresses. And commanding them are these 6 captains. You can immediately tell their rank by the bulkier armor, the larger shields, and most importantly, these brilliant flip-up helmets and vibrant red capes. On a dusty, chaotic battlefield, that flash of red is crucial. It allows their own men to see them and rally, and it strikes fear into the heart of the enemy. Each of these knights commands a cohort of infantry and archers. Now, for a touch of the arcane. Our battle mages. I've shared their details in a previous video, but the short story is, I found myself with a surplus of this majestic king's torso and thought, why shouldn't the Red Kingdom have its own college of magic? So, 13 powerful sorcerers were enlisted. I even ran out of dark red hoods, so a few have their hoods down. They harness the elemental forces to support the army, whether it's conjuring a fog to hide our advance, or a fireball to break a siege. Now, to an elite within an elite, the Templar Knights. I built these 11 warriors using the pristine white torso from the Ninjago movie. I wanted them to have a distinct, almost holy aesthetic. The shiny silver helmet matches perfectly. They are equipped with long swords, because Templars are historically known as fierce, experienced warriors monks. And this is their headmaster, the highest-ranking Templar. While his order is powerful, he has sworn his sword and his treasury to the service of the Red Kingdom's king. And supporting them are 3 Templar mages, armored combat priests who practice holy magic. Their weapon is a simple custom build, but it looks potent. See how the white, silver, and gold color scheme ties them all together. It's a uniform that speaks of purity, wealth, and divine purpose. Now to the heart of power. The final box. The cavalry and the royal court. First, the prince and army commander. Resplendent in full gold armor, a unique and glorious piece, and a golden cape. He is the epitome of royal chivalry. Even his steed is adorned with a golden champion. He is the symbol of the kingdom's future. His hammer is the cavalry. 5 units here, including a captain with a distinct helmet and heavily armored horse. These are not just soldiers on horses, they are the elite nobility. The knights who have trained since childhood for this very role. I've equipped them with longer swords for that crucial reach from horseback. A devastating charge from these 10 knights can decide the fate of a battle. Notice the difference in buddings. The king's gold signifies ultimate authority, while the captain's silver denotes his prestigious military rank. Standing guard or the royal guard. 9 elite soldiers, made from, you guessed it, more spare king torsos. They are the last line of defense. The personal bodyguards of the royal family, stationed within the throne room itself. And now, for my most unorthodox unit, the battle jesters. I had a lot of them, so I reimagined their role. In my kingdom, they don't just juggle for courtly amusement. They march to war. Think of them like a military band crossed with special forces. Their music and antics boost morale, but their nimbleness and perceived foolishness make them perfect for scouting and espionage missions behind enemy lines. Never underestimate the fool. Every great king is supported by greater minds. This is his council of advisors. The military advisor, a nobleman who holds second in command of the entire army. The finance advisor, who manages the kingdom's economy, trade, and the taxes that fund this entire military machine. The magistrate, the master of law, order, and diplomacy within the castle walls and beyond. The engineer, the brilliant craftsman. I built him using a D&D skeleton torso, hiding the ribs, with a long beard to turn him into a master of construction and siege weapons. The Archmage, a nobleman who commands the entire order of mages. And the Queen's father, a trusted voice of experience. And here, and not to spiritual power, the Pope and his personal mercenary guards. And finally, the rulers themselves, the King and Queen from the collectible minifigure series. I've even added a second queen, fashioned from the evil Queen of Wonderland, and here is her father. And there you have it. The complete mustered might of the Red Kingdom Lion Knights. 172 minifigures, each with a role to play in the tapestry of this fantasy realm. But an army needs a home, a fortress, a stronghold. And that is the next chapter. The construction of their castle begins soon. So subscribe, hit that bell, and stay tuned for the next build. This is Tank Brick Studio. Until next time, happy building.